Welcome back to the EAM Crypto channel. It is Friday evening, and before dinner I wanted to get a video out because there's a lot going on with Bitcoin right now. It's been a pretty weird, wacky day, and yeah, today's one of those days where I definitely misjudged what was happening. I have one open trade right now. It's an open trade I took yesterday morning. I thought that Bitcoin was done dumping. I think I took the trade at 42.8ish. And obviously I'm way down right now, but there is a lot of interesting developments, and just an idea of how I'm kind of seeing things right now. I will not close out my trade at a loss unless I see this blue line, this trend line you see right here. I drew it back. The first touch point was on December 11th on Monday at 10 a.m. I guess Eastern. Touched it again. And I am, unless we go down below that line, I am not going to close out my trade at a loss. I feel way too bullish with what's happening coming up with the ETF that everyone's talked about, so I'm not going to talk about it. But the earliest that it can be approved is the 5th. That's less than 8 days away. And really, if you think about it, we have Saturday, Sunday, Monday's a holiday. So really, it's 5 business days away. So I really want to have a long position open. So yeah, I mean, I really don't see a reason why I should close out my trade right now, even though all the technicals look a little crappy. On the 4-hour, negative momentum is definitely still building. RSI looks like crap. Looks like we're going to have a lower low there. So yeah, there's nothing to be excited about in the 4-hour. On the 8-hour, it's kind of the same story. But I did want to show something. There, just from like a kind of like educational kind of perspective, and I'm going to show it on the 1-hour. For those of you that watched my video last, 2-3 days ago, Bitcoin was here, around here. So I think it was like 40, no, it was around here, maybe like 42,400. And I was very confident that we were going to touch up to this very important line of resistance at 42.6. And look at that, guys. Look at that right there. We hit that line of resistance to the dollar. And I said that that would be the time to short, and then just wait till a higher low is painted, and then we should run up quite a bit. And that's exactly what happened. So all that stuff, the TA called it right, and that was very cool to see. But what the TA hasn't called right is that I thought that right here, we're going to hold support, and we didn't. And then go up higher, especially with, like I said, being so close to the first day that the ETF can be approved. But yeah, some very interesting developments right now. As you can see, it looked like we were going straight, and I mean straight to that blue line that I drew. It was to happen during this 4-hour candle. It'd be at 41,120. No, 40,100. We'll just say 41,100. But looks like it didn't even get that low. And right away, you saw this huge push up. So there's an hour, 26 minutes left on this candle. But if we stay above this level or higher, it's going to start to resemble a lot like this one right here from the second touch point, and this one right here from the first touch point. So we want to see this candle in an hour, 26 minutes, and 37 seconds look a lot like these other two candles. And then, yeah, I would be poised to say that it's going to be... we're going to be heading up. We'll probably be heading up towards 42.6, and then let's see if we can blow right through it. I would like to see us blow right through it, and that will increase the chances of blowing right through this one. But that other level of resistance, but that could be tough. That could now be tough, and who knows? It wouldn't shock me if we can hold this candle. If we were to range between this level right here and this level right here. For maybe the weekend, and then maybe on Monday, right as we're getting really close to January 5th, that's when we're going to see the fireworks. So I don't know. We'll see. So that's kind of like my update on Bitcoin, where things stand. But this candle is actually really, really, really freaking important, and we really wanted to see. It was really good to see that once it hit 41,300, it shot up really high. It shot up about $500 right before I started shooting this video. So. What else? So yeah, so in the comments, one of you guys stated that you wanted to see Matic. So actually Matic, okay, so I'm going to talk about Matic from a TA perspective, but then I'm going to give my 2 cents on why I'm not thrilled about Matic, because I think there's a better choice, and we'll talk about that in a second. So, but just real quick, as far as fundamentals with Matic, it's pretty simple, guys. It's just super simple with Matic. When it's over, this kind of I drew it kind of big just because we're on the weekly. It could be anywhere from $1 to $1.05. But if on the weekly you see any kind of close above $1, you know where it's going, and you know where it's going because it's done it every single time. I mean, we look back here. Again, this is the weekly. But every single time that you see Matic, after it's been under that line of that important historical line, once it crosses it, then wow, it just runs and runs hard. Here it ran another 80 cents, right? Because it's from $1 to $1.05. Touched down, used it as support, and this time ran up even more. Ran all the way up to, I think, $3, right? If I remember correctly. Let's see. Yeah, $3 almost. Looks like it was $2.93. And then, yeah, I mean, once it crossed down, then, yeah, it was not fun. Right here, August 8th of 2022, wasn't able to get over that important historical line. And, yeah, tried it again. Wasn't able to hold. And, yeah, that's just such an important thing, right? Because even when it only was able to keep its run alive after that line on the weekly, even then you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, really 4 really bullish weeks where it still went up another 56%. So if you got that like on 10x leverage, oh my gosh, you're crushing it with 56%, right? You're literally 5.6xing your money. So yeah, so really interesting to see that it did go above it here on the weekly, but it's not a close. It's got to be a close to count. So yeah, so we'll see what happens. I just don't know. It's really short term. Charting these is really hard just because of the fact that we have this ETF, and once the ETF is announced, approved, not approved, things are going to get wacky. It's not going to be about TA anymore. It's just going to be about kind of, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to trade this. I just want to be long because I think it's going to get approved. Where I'm going to sell, I don't know. I mean, so with a lot of these, it's going to be really interesting to see where things end up. I do think it's going to be a sell the news event, but I think it's going to pump hard if it gets approved first. I think before you see inflows coming in, it's a couple of months. So it could get really interesting. But with Matic, the reason why, okay, so I believe that Bitcoin, and it's going to carry the whole market with it, it's going to go up. And then after the ETF news, it's going to have a huge retracement. And I think it's going to be pretty big, anywhere from 20 to 40%. So that means that for alts like Matic and for many other alts, it's going to get even worse. Now, this is it. SEI, or C. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. SEI. SEI. Guys, I've actually dug into this community, this protocol, this network. It's pretty legit. It's pretty legit. A lot of people are very excited about it. They think it's going to be the next Solana. And it's got a very strong community. And it's just like all the cool kids love it. So I would not, after we see the big retracement for BTC, it might be 20, it might be 40%. I don't know what it's going to be after all this craziness. I want to see this asset get destroyed. I mean, BTC drops even just 20%. This will probably drop 40%. So 40% of what, 56 cents, it could drop another easily. It could drop another 12, about, maybe 24 cents. Get back to more of these comparable prices down here where it was before the run. If we can get it there, I think that would set us up for a nice big run. So why would I want to hold Matic, which even on a best case scenario, just to get to all-time highs, you're looking at a 3x, which is amazing, wonderful. But with C or say or however you pronounce it, it's in price discovery mode. We have no idea. Imagine this is legit, and it runs up, I don't know, 10x, 20x, and you got that on leverage. So I'd rather buy this than Matic, is I guess the way I'm looking at it. Is Matic the safer play? Sure. But guys, come on. There's no such thing as safe in crypto. There's no such thing. Even with the big blue chips like Matic. I mean, if we look at this, it went from 293 all the way down to 31 cents. It lost what, 90% of its value. So there's no such thing as safe. There's no such thing as safe if you haven't figured that out by now. You know, I thought people had figured that out by now. That's why I started doing AMAs and stuff like that in the past again, thinking, well, people kind of understand these are crazy, but then project goes bad and then people get mad. So I think I'm done with AMAs. It's just silly how people can't handle losses, but it is what it is. And I guess you got to blame someone because you can't blame yourself. But at the end of the day, I think that SEI would be a much better buy than Matic. So I'm not poo-pooing on Matic. I've used Matic plenty. Great protocol. It's a really cool story about the founders. And they've done a lot with, you know, the marketing piece with getting these partnerships with like Coca-Cola and Disney, and I can't remember who else. They've done a lot, but I just think that SEI would be the better fit. But I'm not touching these right now. I mean, they're just so inflated. And I just think that when things kind of settle down, maybe around second week of January, and we start kind of getting a better idea for, you know, which way we're going with this whole ETF thing, and we start seeing the BTC retracement, I think that's where I'm really going to start watching when to kind of get into these. And I'll probably want to use leverage. And as you guys know, if you don't know, I do all my leverage trading on Bitget. I have an affiliate link. You'll see it on the description, and it's a great way to support my channel. So, and you can get a big percentage of your commissions back if you use my link. All you have to do is hit me up, and then I set you up with the rep. All right, guys. So ETH, interesting thing with ETH is that on the ETH to BTC chart, it is starting to look pretty bearish again, and it would not surprise me at all if at some point we kind of test this. Here I'm on the 4-hour. This blue trend line at some point. I think we're going to test it again. I just don't know when. So I think it's getting to the point where it's really hard because ETH ran so much and so high. I think it's starting to get kind of tough to be confident that ETH will outperform Bitcoin in the next couple of weeks. So maybe it'll be more about Bitcoin coming up from now until the 5th through the 10th, whenever those dates align. So again, Bitcoin's looking pretty good right now, all things considered. This is really strong. The way we went from 41,300 now up to 41,800 in this candle. We want to see more of it, or even just stabilize here. And then it is starting to look, you know, it's all about fractals, right? And this candle really starting to look a lot like this candle that then allowed for Bitcoin to go up all the way to 44,423. This candle, which then allowed Bitcoin to go up all the way up to 43,465. So yeah, that would be really powerful. So again, it's still looking dreary in many different ways, but this candle gives me hope. So I'm going to keep my position open. And like I said, if we do violate this blue trend line, and I don't see anything to be bullish about, that's when I would just say, okay, I guess I'm closing out this trade at a loss. But it's just really hard to do that. Because like I said, we're 5 business days removed from the first day that this thing could get approved. So yeah, so, and as far as all the other alts, I mean, everything's getting crushed right now. So there's really not that much to cover. I think I talked about Near last time. Near pretty much, I mean, Near's... Well, here, I want to show one thing that actually I looked at right before this video. I don't want to make this video too long. So this is Near on the 1 hour. Look at where we were right here on December 26th, Tuesday at 5, where it reached its absolute top of $4.64. Look at the RSI. The RSI was much lower, 1, 2, 3 than previous times with much higher pricing. That looks a lot like SEI right now. So if we look at SEI right now, and again, if I'm mispronouncing this, sorry. Look at that, guys. So over here at its highest price, highest price, or really second highest price, well, highest close. So we'll just say highest close. Look how the RSI is much low. Look how the price is much lower than here and much lower than here. Buyers are getting exhausted. So I think SEI's done for now. I think SEI is done for now. Amazing run. We were long on it more than once. But yeah, I think what a run. I mean, look at it down here at 10 cents not that long ago. Oh, my knee's locking up on me. Sorry if you didn't know, I had knee surgery about 3-4 months ago. for a torn meniscus, and it hasn't been the funnest road back. So if I keep it locked for more than like 5 minutes, it doesn't want to unlock. It's the weirdest thing. So if you've ever had knee surgery, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I hope you never do, because it hasn't been a fun 3 months. But anyways, yeah, I think this asset's done for now. So I'm going to watch it closely. I'm very, very bullish on SEI, but I want to see it drop significantly. And then I'm going to open up some huge positions on it. Huge, and I'm going to take some big risk because I'm going to put a bit of leverage on it. And I'm going to be patient, and I want to see just how far this can run, because it's in price discovery. We could use Fibonacci levels to try to figure out how far it can go, but it's not going to, when it's in price discovery, and it's crypto. So I'm not even going to bother. So I think that's it for now. We're already at 16 minutes. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if there's another token or project that you want me to chart, let me know. I'm trying to add as many to my watch list as possible. And buckle up your seat belts. It's going to be a crazy ride, I think, the next few days and couple weeks. And then we're going to see some serious retracement. I really, really believe that. Prepare for that. All right, guys, take care. Talk to you soon.